Good morning. It is February 26, 2020. And I've been wanting to make this video for a long time. Excuse me. And so I'm sitting on my boat this morning. It's early morning. And this past Saturday, I had such a revelation from God. I don't know if I'll tell this story correctly or in the proper order, but I woke up about 4 a.m., which is common for me when the Lord wants to tell me something and I know it's time to listen. I immediately went to prayer, and before long the Lord began to show me a tremendous revival that is coming, a last day's harvest that is going to be phenomenal. It is going to be so incredible, and especially in America, it will sweep this country. And I got the impression that stadiums would not contain it. We need big open fields, big places. And so I said, "Where, Lord?" And He showed me a big open field that I'm quite familiar with. It's just a space under some power lines that I don't know how big it is, but it's huge. It would probably hold thousands of people. I saw portalets. We're going to need portalets for this revival, and we're going to need hot dogs because it's going to be loaded with people, and it's going to be so incredible. It's the last days. Final harvest is here, and it's something I've seen and longed for decades. And I just saw the people, and I saw young people, and I saw old people, and it was just an incredible experience. It wasn't a dream, it was just like a open vision almost. But the next day, it was Sunday the next day, and I had a very similar experience. 4 a.m., I'm not groggy jumping out of bed. I'm awake. I'm ready to go. 4 a.m. And I know it's time to talk to the Lord again. And it went on off and on for several hours. I was finally headed to church about 6:30 in the morning, and seagulls. They're loud sometimes. But such a beautiful day today. It's just perfect. I don't know how well you can see, but boats are headed out. Anyway, I'm on the way to church, and this is what really blew me away, because when I heard what the Lord said, I screamed it. I screamed it. Let me take you back a few years. I think about 15 years ago, I became fascinated with Isaiah chapter 18. And it's only 7 verses, but I memorized it. I ate and slept Isaiah 18. People say that America is not in the Bible. I beg to differ. Isaiah 18 is America. It starts out saying, woe. And when you hear the word woe in the Bible, don't pass it over quickly. Stop a second. Woe to this nation that is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, that sends forth ambassadors by the sea. And at the time that the Lord began to show me this chapter, Condoleezza Rice was doing what has come to be known as shuttle diplomacy, back and forth to the Middle East. I understood shuttle diplomacy in this verse, these verses. This nation that is talked about in these 7 verses is America. It goes on to say to a people scattered and peeled. In 1992, I lived in Spain, and I didn't have a television, but let me adjust the camera a little bit. I didn't have a television, but the hotel I was staying in when I first got there had a television in the lobby, and I remember watching Baywatch come on. If you remember that television show, it turns out that 900 million people watch that show every week around the world, and we had it in Spain. And it starts out with the babes running down the beach in slow motion, okay? That's the people this verse is talking about. Scattered and peeled. They were running, they were scattered, they were peeled, and they were definitely peeled. But this nation, this proud nation, it says terrible, one of the verses says terrible from their beginning. We whipped the British, the most powerful nation